am.
Okay. Well then, I think it's time for the biggest show of the year. AHHWF, the big show. Thank you all for tuning in and joining us. Whether you're watching this after the fact or you're watching it live with us, I am one of your commentators for the evening, Ben Schwinn. And with me here is my wonderful co-host, partner in crime in AHHWF, the known by many across the wrestling world as the Beast, formerly Rob Matter, now known simply as Chris Hutton.
Thank you for the warm welcome. We're outside. Look at this nice day out. You know, I lost track of where we are on this rigorous travel schedule. Oh, yeah, how could I forget? Atlantic City, New Jersey.
I don't know how you
can
forget that that's where we're at.
Well, in Atlantic City, you'll notice from our theming is the home of the Casino McDonald's, in which we are running this this historic event, the Big Show 2, the second year of our biggest show of the year. I cannot wait. We have a stacked lineup of action here tonight, and it's been a whole year in the making, and a little bit longer than a year because technical difficulties and plagues and it'll mess your schedule up.
Yeah, I'm sure we're not mentioning anything new to anybody out there, but yeah, our schedule's been all out of whack this year, and you know, we're also dealing with well, some wrestling some wrestling systems that just really don't want to cooperate with us. But
yeah, you know those wrestling systems that won't let you know.
We have a software that we use to book the shows, and it just really doesn't work very well. It's it's a very bad software.
Sometimes you'll tell it to have a wrestler do one thing, and then the wrestler just ignores it entirely.
Well, you know, what are you gonna do?
People are falling through the ring and through the ropes in ways that defy all sense of physics and logic, common sense.
Well, I can tell
but
you,
I'm
so happy to be here tonight to get to enjoy an evening of wrestling with my friend and all my friends out there in the AHHWF universe. Pander.
Yeah. Pander. This is a special occasion because this will be the first AHHWF that will be commentated while I'm consuming wine. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah.
Well then, everybody should make sure that they are watching the last couple matches tonight then. for multiple reasons.
I'm just gonna take off my shirt and wave it over my head like a rally towel, just like Weird Al, Weird Al.
Well, I mean, I think right now, for the viewers at home, I don't believe you're wearing a shirt, so.
Well, I will have put a shirt on by then.
Oh,
and then remove it.
You're not wearing your wine drinking shirt yet.
No, yeah, it's a special shirt that I.
Well, let's take them down to the ring here so they can check this out.
Now, this delightful stage, and here we are, this non-delightful tag team, the Movie Club Tag Team Champions, Bad, consisting of Penguin and Crash Bandicoot, have been tag team champions for quite some time, and as some of the fans know, the reason that they've been keeping the belts for so long is because they refuse to give title shots to anyone who has not already beat them in tag team action in just an exhibition match. And I heard, though, Ben, that they don't even know who their opponents are tonight because Frazier has handpicked a tag team to get the next effort at earning a title shot.
Well,
he said he had just the thing for these two.
This team deserves a surprise, and not a good one.
No, like a truck. Whoa, this is quite the surprise. The man, the legend, Batman. He's here.
This is not
and
Robert
he worked
Pattinson.
out. No, yeah, this dude's working out. He's not ignoring his trainer's texts. He is ready for the ring.
220 pounds, the Terror.
And I think I see Frazier's strategy here by selecting Batman. He's looking to specifically maybe put a direct challenge in front of Penguin, being that these two have had several classic matches on the indies, and Batman pretty much always won.
And Batman always known for taking his time getting places.
Use the grappling hook, you fuck. The ramp's too long to walk like this. Just get down there.
That really would be something if Batman grappling hooked to the ring instead of walked.
That'd be so cool. Yeah.
Or at least rolled up in the Batmobile or something, you know?
Right.
Bat
Yeah.
bike.
Do you like the John Cena entrance where he like drove a Mustang through the glass walls? That'd be cool. And now he's like very slowly walking over the steps. Dude,
Batman almost
you're
looks
not
like
the
he doesn't
Undertaker.
want to be here.
Yeah, he was enjoying his role on HHWF. Instead of being an active duty wrestler, he just enjoyed being the detective that would like figure out what Wario did wrong.
A lot
How
of
he
times it
cheated.
was pretty easy to figure out.
Yeah, you know, we didn't really need to pay this man for his detective services, but now we're paying him to be an in-ring competitor, and he's making us earn it.
I really love the burgundy aprons. I don't know whose idea that was, but really, look, classes up the joint here.
Yeah, you know, we like I said, we're happy to be here in the Casino McDonald's Arena in Atlantic City, New Jersey. This is quite the dream location for wrestlers that usually wrestle in an elementary school gymatorium.
Well, and a
And look
boyhood
at
dream
this.
come true. The Beast returning to action here at the Big Show and joining Batman in the ring to take on Bad. This, I
Now-
mean, honestly, is there a team, Chris, that you think is like a worse surprise if you're Bad?
Well, you know, I would have liked to think that me and the Beast would have been a pretty scary one, but they did
Beast and the
dispatch
Beast.
us. Yeah, but this is Beast and the Bat, so that actually might prove to be a better combination. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, Chris, I don't remember the Beast being Crash Bandicoot's nemesis in those video games I played. But the thing is, those video games are fiction. This is reality. This is wrestling. And if you've watched this show before, in, say, I don't know, the year 2018 or so, you'll remember that the Beast and Crash had a storied rivalry, including Crash breaking, breaking Crash's leg with one of his submission holds. And so Frazier going back into the history books, looking for someone who could take the same kind of pressure to Crash that Batman will bring to the Penguin. These fans are ravenous out there, jumping up and down, fists in the air. And Beast is ready. Did he? No, yeah, I think, yeah, he had a match last year at Big Show. He was in the Judge Burge Battle Royal with all the previous champions. So this is not this is his second appearance at the Big Show on the grandest stage of them all.
Yeah.
This is Batman's first appearance though at the Big Show.
Oh, you're right, yeah. A Big Show debut in the first match.
That's exciting.
Excitement.
Yeah, and look at him trying to take out the arm of Crash Bandicoot. Oh no. And Crash picking it up like a small child, like a bat baby.
Now, this isn't the only tag match we have tonight, isn't that right, Chris?
It is not. We'll also have a six-person tag team match. The women's division will be in chaotic action. A tornado tag, six people involved. Ooh, look at that double stomp for Batman off the roofs of Gotham. There'll be X-23 and the Bride trying to defend themselves against the. Oh, look at Beast taking a cheap shot at Crash Bandicoot. Look how staggered he is. I love it. Riley would be so happy. Against the new faction of the New Blood. Aloy, Android 18, and Lara Croft, and I've heard rumors that they have found a third to back them up against these young upstarts, but I don't know who that is. I don't know if they told you.
Sorry, I was checking things here with our sound monitors here up in the booth.
How's it sounding? How we doing?
It seems like it's going good. You know, I'm hearing everything okay. I hope you are as well in your headphones.
Yeah, it's working for me.
I can tell you, I just heard Batman bouncing off the ropes there.
Yeah, I'm pretending I'm not seeing this as Penguin is slaughtering the Batman. Luckily, he's kicking out, staying alive. This is, you know, quite the opportunity that Batman's getting here as he plants Penguin with a DDT on the top of his bald head. Not many teams just get picked based on their prior accomplishments. Most times in this company, you gotta, it's about what have you done for me lately. But Batman and Beast getting a nice cushy Big Show 2 payday in this opening matchup here.
Now, if I remember correctly from my wrestling history books, Batman and Penguin actually grew up in the same circles. Isn't that correct?
I think that's true. They both went to ROH shows together with their wealthy parents as children, and that's where they learned these moves that they would soon be using against each other. As Penguin drops a big senton on the Beast. Penguin always a big fan of Samoa Joe. Batman a bigger fan of Chris Hero, but both truly love their Ring of Honor action.
Yeah, for those of you that aren't aware of Ring of Honor, they are a great feeder program for AHHWS.
And that's all they are.
Beast throwing Penguin into the corner, and we get Batman tagging in. A little tag team maneuver here from Batman and Beast.
A big bat body drop from Mr. Kilmer. That's his fake name. You know how like Mark Calloway's the Undertaker? Batman's fake stage name is Mr. Kilmer.
You ever heard just Mark Calloway talk?
Yeah, I have actually.
Really
I heard him on the
weird.
Bill Russell podcast. Yeah, is that where you heard it too?
Yep. It's just very bizarre.
Batman and Beast, I gotta say, working well together against the Penguin. This is the kind of cohesion that comes with tagging up with someone whose name starts with the same first letter that yours does.
Well, that's how a lot of great tag teams have started.
That's true. Like
I
Edge can't think
Christian,
of one. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not topping your joke. Look at this. Atomic drop and big boot combo from Bad. They're trying to show the opposing team that they are just as good, if not better, at working together. Which, you'd hope they'd be. They're the tag team champions, and they have been for, a long time. Our commentators get nervous over there standing up out of their chairs. The fake commentators that we have to keep the rabid fans wanting autographs away from the two of us.
Yeah, I believe that's the Canadian announce table.
Yeah, Kevin Owens is down there.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. Oof. Reverse suplex on the floor and pummeling away at Crash. This is exactly what Crash Bandicoot deserves. And trying to compress the spine on the floor. Even Batman's looking like he's saying, "Look, Beast, that's far enough. We're just trying to win the tag team titles, not murder this animal."
Well, Beast is apparently trying to murder this animal.
Oh no, the animal's trying to murder back now.
And we got an 8 count, but Crash bringing the action back into the ring.
Yeah, interesting move. You can say a lot about Bat, but they're not cowards. Crash didn't go for the easy way to retain the title, because, as much as Beast is wailing on him, if they're just outside the ring for long enough, this match is over, and they get to, go home with no challengers. Although, actually, I guess that would technically be bad for them, because Beast and Batman would win. Unless it was they both have to stay outside and it was a draw.
Oh! Crash just I don't have a test of strength against Beast there? I'm not sure. Trying to fake him out a little bit.
Crash is smart. Crash is a wily little bandicoot, and he's been a fixture of this company since the beginning, and there's a reason for it, as he continues to flex over and over again after he and Penguin dump Batman out of here. He's really laying it in thick with this taunting Beast. I don't know if it's a smart idea, and look at that. That's exactly what I'm talking about, making him pay for it.
Rocking and Crash up into the stratosphere here. There's no roof to stop Crash tonight.
I'm just trucking them and setting up here. Try to put the finishing touches on this match. The remaster, the Beast. Oh, and Beast, what? Not even one.
Beast has taken quite a few of those
Crash
remasters
Bandicoot.
there.
That's true. Yeah, he would know better than anyone how to survive that.
You can see the crowd here in the AHHWF Atlantic City Casino McDonald's arena. Basically what I'm saying is they're having a good time.
They're loving it.
That guy just
I
took
think
a picture in the front row.
That's a memory he'll have forever. I think it's because they can sense that we might finally have the team that can beat Bad here, Ben.
Well, Crash trying to prove him wrong, putting in that arm lock there.
Batman, very familiar though with all forms of physical close quarters combat. He's not gonna go down to that easily. And oh, Beast going for another cheap chef in the apron, which I approve of, but Crash is too short. That's not gonna work. And voicing Batman after the remaster, who I don't know if has ever taken it before. This might shatter the Bat's back.
For those of you that don't know, Batman's back is a weak spot. That is something that the competitors will want to target.
Yeah, you know, we almost didn't even hire the man because we're like, you know, he's so injury prone. That means we can't have any backbreakers. We can't sign Bane because then Batman will throw a fit. It's like how Michael Jordan didn't want Isaiah Thomas on the Dream Team. Oh no, Penguin hooking Mr. Kilmer up for a series of 3 deadly suplexes, dropping him on the head and neck repeatedly. And Batman cannot escape. Pending predicament here.
Oh!
And Bad wins.
Crash able to fend off Beast there, and Bad gets the win. This team has become, I mean, one of the most dominant teams that we've ever seen here in AHHWF. I mean, obviously, you can't deny the greatness of Love Type, but Bad has just been straight up just dominant since they got those tag titles. And really worked themselves into a situation here where at this point, I'm not betting against them until they lose, you know?
Yeah, you know, they are looking nigh unstoppable. And, you know, this was a great opening tag match for the show tonight, and honestly, a great return to action for Batman. You know, maybe we've got to get him back in the ring and get our money's worth instead of just having him play Sherlock Holmes back there. He was he did quite well for someone who hasn't wrestled in as long as he has. And Beast obviously still making the most of this career resurgence after he struggled a lot for much of 2019. 2020's been better for him. But yeah, still not just still tag team champions, but still challenger-less is Bad, which means we are gonna have them as our tag team champions for at least a while longer. I hate to think that they might still be the tag team champions by the time of the Big Show 3.
Whew. Well, I mean, you know, who knows? It's really hard to say at this point. I mean, I don't see anybody on the horizon that's going to be able to take out Bad.
I was gonna say that, like, because it's something that I don't want to happen for that scenario I just talked about, that, like, I hope the Big Show 3 is like World War 3 and that it gets talked about a lot but hasn't happened yet. But then I realized I want Big Show 3 to happen. I want there to be another show next year. I just don't want Bad to be tag team champion.
I was gonna say, I don't know why you wouldn't want Big Show 3 to happen.
Yeah, it's like, I'm sick of having WrestleManias. They suck. Let's just go back to having Monday Night Raws.
So, Chris, you want to tell the people watching at home what we got coming up next for them?
Yeah, next up we have an open challenge from Garnet, one of the fan favorites in the women's division, who you know, had a match with Ray last month, but was not actually scheduled to have a match with any one particular opponent, but still wanted to participate in the show, still wanted to get her hands dirty, and so offered up anyone on planet Earth to come fight her on the grand stage of the mall, the Big Show 2, and I'm excited to see who answers the call. Ben, I have a lot of theories. I'm thinking Rory Gilmore might show up and take on Garnet, which I think would be fascinating, a nice technical masterpiece. You know, because Garnet's not used to fighting such skilled mat wrestlers like Rory Gilmore. That might provide a new challenge for her. You know what I mean?
I'm not sure I know who that is.
She's in a tag team on the Indies that's pretty big. It's called the Gilmore Girls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they do this sick Doomsday device out of the corner. It's like their tag finish. It's awesome. They've like crippled like 15 people with it, but it's dope.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, her tag partner's her mom, Lorelai. It's rad. You know, they'd be great opponents for Chuck E. Cheese and Chuck Jr. Now that I think about it, parent-child tag teams. Not many of those.
Yeah. It's a new day. Yes. Pascali's tag team.
We're waiting. Garnet's opponent. Show yourself, Rory Gilmore. Who's it gonna be? Ben, you make a guess really quick before they show their face.
I think it's gonna be Charlize Theron.
Well, that's random. I mean, she was only here for last year. Oh my God! It's her! It's Charlize Theron.
Sharon.
How
did you know? Those dirt
Sometimes,
sheets are terrible.
you know,
Everything gets leaked.
No,
There's no point in having surprises.
I've always thought I had this gift, and then I came in contact with a head chef at a hotel, and he told me about how I shine. And you know, sometimes I see things that have happened. Sometimes I see things that are going to happen. You know, and I just had a moment there where I saw Charlize Theron in a big show ring right here, and it just felt right.
The last time we saw her was last year at the Big Show 1 when she challenged Samus, right? For the women's championship after winning the first ever women's Rumble Pack match. I never thought we'd see her again, considering the fact that she's a world famous movie star. And but I forgot just how dedicated of a AHWF fan Charlize Theron is, and every day on those trailers, she was sitting on the studio lot and she's like, man, if only I could get back in HHWF. And now is her shot. You know, Garnet said anybody on Earth, and she showed up. How many people do you think she had to fight on the way to the arena that were also coming to answer the open challenge? It looked like Fury Road. She's like driving, and Rory Gilmore is behind her on like a big flaming car. And here we go, right? A big boot immediately taking Garnet to the ground. No, how many people have even done that? How many people have knocked Garnet to the mat like that? And Charlize doing it at the very opening move, that big boot. She's proving why she was the number one contender to the women's title this time last year. And an eye rake. Charlize does a great game plan so far, I gotta say. Take her off guard with a big kick and then rake the eyes, but Garnet's starting to get back in her rhythm here and show her, you know, the difference between a part-timer and someone who's here every month.
Yeah, Charlize Theron in AHHWF here, you know, kind of a movie star that shows up when the lights shine the brightest. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like another kind of famous wrestler that's also an actor, like kind of like a regular like Triple H, you know?
Oh yeah, Blade Trinity Star.
Yeah, you know, like that's probably the biggest movie star I could think of that's also a wrestler.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe like Spike Dudley.
Oh yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Jesse Ventura.
Now, yeah. So, all right. Well, now that this match is you know, you predicted who was going to be out here as Charlize steps on the hands and kicks the arm of Garnet. Now use your shining ability, Ben, and tell me who you got. Who's winning this one?
Well, I feel like, although at this moment it does seem like Charlize is in control of this match, I feel like this is a Garnet night right here. I think Garnet's been too good against so many great opponents so far in this return to AHHWF for Garnet. Garnet has just handled some of the best talent that our company has to offer. I feel like I should stop talking her up because she's getting thrown to the outside of the ring, and honestly, not looking good here right now against Charlize.
I was gonna say, you raised a good point, but look how Charlize is handling Garnet. Ooh, world's strongest slam on the floor again. Look how Charlize is getting jacked. Look how strong she is. Who is her trainer?
That robot arm there.
Yeah, it's helping. She must be like weightlifting with Hugh Jackman or something. Sharing in his Wolverine routine. You know, where he looks like he's on like mountains of steroids?
Yeah.
Oof. Into the steps. Yeah, I don't think anyone has really treated. Oh,
and Charlize,
the bride maybe is the only person I can think of that is.
Charlize sending a message here.
Garnet just barely making it back in.
Wow.
That was so close.
Yeah, it looked like Charlize was totally prepared to let this end in a count out and go and just send the message of like, look, I'm still very, very dominant, even though I'm not here every week. Doesn't mean I'm not dominant.
Look at her. She's decimating Garnet. How is she so good at professional wrestling when she only does it once a year?
Well, she also, I mean, she trains for a lot of action movies, and so, there's a lot of strength, is all I'm saying.
That's true. I guess when you're like flipping cars, fighting someone isn't as daunting, but good lord. She's feeling it too, and this is honestly a really impressive showing because, like, as much as we all enjoyed having her around last year and she won the Rumble, she got beat pretty quickly by Samus, so I wasn't really expecting her to be able to take it to Garnet this much. Look at her. Charlize is trying to say that I should be in the title match.
Garnet's still able to kick out, though, there, too. But definitely looking a little dazed, a little worse for wear right now.
TNT in the chat, you're goddamn right. Well, it's the Big Show, 2.
Well, it's the Big Show, 2.
We should have cut a commercial together.
It's the Big Show, 2.
I gotta say, Ben, I know you have Shining Vision and all. I'm going Charlize. She is.
Well, sure,
absolutely.
It's easy to pick who's gonna win after like the match is halfway over, but
you could have pled the 5th when I asked you initially. You could have waited.
Well, I'm not currently under oath. Rolling elbow there, dropping Garnet to the ground once again. Garnet, wise move there, buy a little time, gets to the outside.
I think this has surpassed even the match with the Bride at the Queen of Halloween tournament last year. I think this is the most Garnet has ever been physically challenged in her entire career. I can't think of a time I've even seen her on the indies taking this much damage, having to roll out of the ring to escape further harm, and just laying motionless face down on the mat, unable to do anything else. But she's still in this. Garnet proving to all of her fans out there that they root for her for a reason. Even after a tremendous pulling like this, she's still fighting.
Oh, and now
Charlize out to the outside.
Yeah, Charlize's turn to take a tumble there, stepping over the top ropes and come and join her on the outside.
Garnet trying to dethrone her.
Oh, did you hear that? Yeah. That chop across the chest there?
And a slam on the floor is revenge for earlier.
It just rang through the auditorium here.
Even with the no ceiling, that's how powerful that chop was. If we could hear it like that, reverberating with no roof. This is Lil Wayne's favorite pay-per-view venue because there's no ceilings.
Ah, I see. Is it because he took the ceiling and then picked it up and dropped it on someone else's head?
Did you see what just happened?
Well, let's see it again right here.
What is... Good lord!
That is an incredible flip. You realize, like, the sheer, like, acceleration of force to flip Garnet in the air like that from that position?
Garnet is a giant, and Charlize just flung her overhead. And Epsilina in the chat, not someone who I know the name of or is right next to me as I speak, said,
well,
not used to Garnet being such a ragdoll. What is happening? That's what I mean, Ben. See, you're next to me. I don't know who... Epsilina's not, so I don't know what's going on here. But Epsilina in the chat pointing out what is happening. Garnet doesn't normally
Charlize
look
calling
like
for
this
something here. Oh!
Big with a drop kick, though.
Garnet now trying to get a little momentum back on her side here.
Yeah, that'll help, and a big bonsai bomb. Over the cover.
Oh!
I thought that might have been over. I was like, maybe Charlize is strong, but has a bit of a glass jaw there. It takes one big move or two and goes out, but she's proven me wrong.
But see, this is where things can start to get dangerous for Charlize. Because if Garnet starts getting hits in, those hits hurt more than your average competitor. There's a lot of power behind those hits.
Yeah, it's like getting hit by 6 trucks. This is the second time I mentioned trucks tonight. Is this going to be my new competitors where I just say it over and over again, but this time it's trucks?
I hope so. I hope we get competitor trucks.
Ooh, Transformers or like Tonka characters?
Yeah, Tonka characters, please.
TNT,
Garnet!
Look at this. Garnet. Oh, that's something I'm not used to seeing out of Garnet, is trying to cheat to win, but honestly, I can't blame her after the match she's just gone through. She's trying to get this done.
Well, and the leverage pin, too, and Charlize still able to kick out of it.
Charlize? Yeah, that's true. That's impressive as hell. Yeah, there's Garnet's finisher.
Oh,
this has
ended a lot of matches.
It's come close to ending careers. So much pressure on the spine. Charlize just flopping around. Not much she can do from up there. But Garnet is too winded. Look, she's too physically drained. Had to let go of the hold. Over the cover.
Seeing if the pin's enough to finish this.
And it is not. Charlize is tough.
Now Charlize, well, she is tough.
Now that was somebody, just everyone right now, tweet at Charlize Theron and say you are a great professional wrestler.
Yeah, she needs to know that we are not easily impressed. We see a lot of incredible competitors here in AHHWF, and we are impressed right now.
And I've been at the tryouts. I've seen so many movie stars that you'd think would be above this sort of thing, but they are just dying to get in the ring, and most of them suck. This is a different story here. And by being above it, I mean the Casino McDonald's in the city, not HSW.
Yeah.
And then another gigantic suplex.
And you know, there's a lot of great actors out there that could maybe come into the show, maybe be a good manager, cut a good promo, but they just don't have the in-ring ability like this. You know, I think about like if you can remember back a couple years ago when Charlize Theron getting the win, beating Garnet.
Wow, that is quite the unexpected return for Charlize Theron, just dominating Garnet. And I'm noticing here on this second one that suplex, it's almost like a mockery on Garnet because it's a similar setup to her finisher. You know, she's got that bear hug on and then throws her over her head. You know, it could be trying to send a message there. Could be trying to punk her out, but I don't know how much more you need to try to humiliate someone after a beating like that. Although I will say, Garnet did put up a great fight.
Yeah, Garnet had her moments in this for sure. There did seem like there was a momentum swing there, like maybe Garnet was going to pull this one out. But yeah, and to say that is even just like, it seems so strange because we're not usually talking about Garnet pulling like a match out, you know? Like normally she's the one that's like stomping the competition. So yeah, it really says something about Charlize.
Yeah, this is wild too because after that win, her record now is only 2-1 in HSWF. She's only had 3 matches, and she just put on the performance that we just saw after a whole year away from the ring. Well, I gotta say, that's tough.
That is tough. And the fans here letting her know.
Yeah, I saw a sign that said, "You're crazy," and yeah, you know, it is crazy to come back in here after a year of just making films and beat up a crystal gem like that. But she did it.
Well, Chris, we are only through 2 matches here at the big show. There is a whole bunch of incredible competition coming up here. And I'm so happy that we get to share it with all of you there at home, all of you that couldn't make it to our Atlantic City Casino, McDonald's, Alien Happy Hour, Gymatorium. But I'm glad that you could join us from a safe distance on youtube.com/Alien Happy Hour. And I should take this time to mention that if you want to help support the Alien Happy Hour, AHHWF, all the things that we do around these parts, you can go to patreon.com/Alien Happy Hour. Now, with that said, Chris, what do we have coming up next for the people to enjoy?
This match is going to be not for the faint of heart. This is going to be a match for the Overruled. Go. Yeah, you're done. Go sit up. Barnacle Boy will be defending his Overruled championship, but against Chuck E. Cheese Jr. in a Chuck's Playplace match, and this match has similar rules to when we saw Shaggy and Mr. Clean in last year. They'll be in a steel cage, and the first person to make their opponent bleed will win, because Chuck Jr. is a sadistic little bastard.
Underground Championship.
And here we go for the first ever Chuck's Playplace match. The person that puts the Chuck in the Chuck's Playplace match, Chuck Jr. And there has been quite the story leading up to this match here tonight. Chuck Jr. debuted by his father's side as a young rat, and Barnacle Boy's tag team partner Mermaid Man put him through tremendous punishment, throwing him into the ring post and such. And for months, our fans were calling on Barnacle Boy to renounce his partner's actions, and for months he was silent, and then he finally said, you know what, I think it's good that my partner beat up a baby rat. I think that baby rat had no business being in the ring. And Chuck Jr. finally had a one-on-one match with Barnacle Boy to prove him wrong last month, and he succeeded. He beat the champion, and that led us to this moment here tonight with Barnacle Boy, who previously thought that this small rat child that shouldn't even be a wrestler is now in danger of losing his title to him.
Yeah, you know, Chris, I was there when Chuck Jr. was born, and it's kind of incredible. I mean, you know, time always keeps moving, you know, but for me to now see the young Chuck Jr. Creating a match like this and getting a chance to challenge for a championship here in AHHWF, I mean, I try to not be too biased in these in my job here as a commentator, but I'd be lying if I said that there wasn't a little bit of me that was really hoping that Chuck Jr. walks away with that purple and gold around his waist.
Oh no, yeah, are you kidding me? This is, you want that big show moment that you always hear Jim Ross talk about, and Michael Cole, all of them. You know, this big show moment, and it would certainly be one if Chuck Jr. won the Overruled title here tonight. And yeah, Taylor, there is two ways to win this match. One, you make your opponent bleed, and one, you get enough tickets from Skee-Ball to get the rocket ship.
Whichever one happens first.
Right. The thing about that strategy, though, is that you're inside a steel cage, and so it's hard to get to the Skee-Ball, and so you're better off just trying to make your opponent bleed. And absolutely, just astute wrestling commentary here in the chat by TNT saying that Barnacle Boy is the Mae Young to Murray Man's Mujo. You know, only a true wrestling historian could make that sort of, draw that sort of parallel.
Yeah, only someone that was good at standardized testing and knew a lot about professional wrestling.
From the city of Atlantis, weighing in at 253 pounds.
So, alright.
TNT in the chat. Who you got? Who you think's winning TNT in the chat?
Great minds think alike, because as you just threw that out there to the AHHWF universe at home, I was going to ask you. Obviously, we're both rooting for Chuck Jr. We'd love to see Chuck Jr. win this one. But who do you think is going to win?
I think...
Who you got?
I think Chuck's got it. I was here last month. I saw him beat Barnacle Boy already. I think Chuck's got it.
So I'm gonna say this here because I know that we're all friends, and I know that.
Don't do it.
But obviously, I want Chuck Jr. to win. I want Chuck Jr. to win. I will be so happy if Chuck Jr. wins. I wonder if it's still a little early. I do wonder. You know, it takes a lot to get to that championship level of any sport, but especially here in professional wrestling. And it's just not something that you can do in your first few years in the sport. And if Chuck Jr. is able to do it, then I mean, my hat is off. I will standing ovation. I am here for the party. I am here to crown them. I will not second guess their abilities anymore. But as a observer of the art of professional wrestling here in AHHWF, I have to ask myself, is it too early?
You know, that's a great point. Let's listen to what our audience is saying. Kat is saying the belt matches Chuck Jr.'s gear better. It should be on him. It looks like it's made for him. Which, you know, that could be the very designers of our belts, aka God, could have had this in the making to begin with. They could have put Chuck Jr. on this path to win the title. I like that theory.
Also, I bet you, those of you watching at home, I bet you didn't know that our belts are like Thor's hammer, where they just like come from gods.
Yeah, they just fall out of the sky. It's actually a chaotic day at work when the intern has to go out and try to catch it. TNT is also raising a great point that Charles has the home field advantage. This is his Playplace after all. You look at this cage and you will recognize this from any Chuck E. Cheese establishment you've ever been to. You'll say, oh yeah, I remember that cage. That's where he lives. That's where his band plays. That's where his father makes pizza and entertains children. This is where he was born and raised. And he's going to have an easier time fighting this environment than Barnacle Boy is used to being in the open sea, lots of spread out areas. He's not used to being confined this way.
Yeah, the only thing that's missing from this is the Pasquale's pizza.
Yeah, which, you know, this show brought to you by Pasquale's Pizza, which I wish I had right now. You gotta ask Chuck Jr. and his dad for more hookups like that.
Yeah, you know, honestly, it is really odd when you think about it, that we have, you know, Charles Entertainment Cheese and Chuck Jr. in our company, and the only person that's ever given me a pizza is Weird Al.
Well, do you count the time that the Ninja Turtles threw a pizza in your face?
I don't. No, I don't, Chris.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh at your pain. Barnacle Boy is really taking it here. I think he's honestly, if you watch the way he's performing, is at a higher pace and look at that higher risk than he usually is undertaking. I think he's scared about getting humiliated on this big stage and losing his belt to the Rat Baby. It's one thing to lose a match to the Rat Baby, losing your title to the Rat Baby. After all this shit you talk, oh bam, there you go. He's trying to secure his title win and put Chuck Jr. out of business here in his own damn Playplace.
Yeah, DDT not enough. Dropping some knees across the chest there as well.
You know, the DDT, oh look at that counter with his own DDT, spiking Barnacle Boy on top of his silly little hat. Chuck Jr. firing up, dancing, he's feeling it. Chuck Sr. is probably watching proud backstage. TNT accusing the Entertainment Cheese family of using all leftovers. Big snake eyes from Chuck Jr. Hit the ropes. Big boot. Shades of his favorite wrestler, The Undertaker. Leg drop. Chuck Jr. reminds me of The Undertaker in a great many ways. I won't list them.
Yeah. I would say, as a person, as I mentioned earlier, as a person who shines, I can also tell you that Chuck Jr. will also refuse to retire and wrestle way too long.
We'll get a whole
Chuck the
documentary.
Fourth will be wrestling when Chuck Jr. is still wrestling.
Right. I'm getting worried about all these DVTs that Barnacle Boy is using. I'm sorry, I'm dead. I have to cut myself off because TNT said Chuck was hitting the Laffy Taffy snaps and I'm dead. But I'm worried about these DVTs that Barnacle Boy is delivering to Chuck, because enough of those landing on your forehead that way, like you're gonna get cut. The blood is gonna start pouring, and it looks like Barnacle Boy is a little more focused on the strategy of how to win this match than Chuck Jr., who's mostly trying to show and prove again that he belongs in here with the champ.
Well, you know, that's what I was saying earlier. Is I you know, just Barnacle Boy has his eye focused on the prize. It seems like Chuck Jr. is more just like kind of playing Chuck Jr.'s game and not really like thinking about strategy as much.
Yeah, and that's one as he just hit his vaunted stunner, it makes me think one of their finishers is conducive to drawing blood, and it's not Chuck Jr.'s.
Barnacle Boy trying to do a little damage to the arm there while we're at it.
And taunting in front of the fans. Look at how powerful he feels beating up on this competitor so much younger than him. Trucks. TNT saying so many DDTs as fully as the reincarnation of DWA. You know, these wrestlers come and bend my ear sometimes and ask the great Rob Matter for advice. And I tell him, you know, in my early days when I was getting started, DDTs. suplexes that were bad or people couldn't flip over. That's where it's at. As a rookie wrestler, it's really where you want to start is punches where you're not connecting, DDTs, and bad, dangerous suplexes. That's what I tell him.
It's kind of like a backyard wrestling gumbo.
That was my favorite gimmick when I was wrestling back in the day. I was backyard wrestling gumbo. I was quite popular. Barnacle Boy reversal. Chuck Jr. reversing again.
And
these two.
Barnacle Boy kind of, I don't know if you noticed this, kind of shrunk himself up there a little bit, avoided hitting the head on the bottom turnbuckle there, like Chuck Jr. was trying to do, doing the drop leg hold there. Yeah, you know?
Yeah, it's a smart evasion. Who would have ever thought last year that Chuck Jr. and Barnacle Boy become this like heated, epic rivalry? These two are like they're always going to be tied to each other in the annals of AHHW history from now on. And here we go, second stunner from Chuck Jr.
2020 has a lot of surprises, Chris.
Absolutely. Look at these punches. There you go. That's straight. Oh no, trading blows, right hands, back and forth, trying to bust his rib, and Chuck exiting the ring, going outside by that Playplace wall. And Barnacle Boy, you know, should have got out there sooner and thrown his face into it. That's my opinion. It's
the crowd here at the Casino Gymatorium is getting nice and loud here for this match. They're loving it.
I love it, Michael.
Oh,
I love
Chuck Jr.'s loving it. Giving the fans here what they want.
Yeah, this is what I want.
Stomping out a Barnacle.
And stomping him out. Up into the corner. He's loving this heel toss tonight. He's done it like 3 times.
Well, I feel like it's coming across, to me at least, as much a move as a sign of dominance. I think Chuck Jr. is trying to prove that he's not afraid of Barnacle Boy.
Absolutely, but look at this.
Oh!
Oh, yes. Making him look a fool. He said, this is my Playplace. I'm dancing.
Barnacle Boy trying to get to his feet, using the ropes for help.
Knock him to the wall.
Chuck Jr.
Knock him to the wall, yes.
Tossing him against the cage there.
The fans going banana as Chuck Jr. launches him to the cage wall. This is... Chuck Jr. is making him pay for this whole sordid affair. He said, you're part of the throw me to ring post, I'm throwing you into the Playplace wall.
Yeah, and this is where the match gets interesting. And as soon as I say that, Barnacle Boy, always the dastardly heel, takes the match back into the ring and applies a submission maneuver.
He's now tried to break both arms of Chuck Jr. with that twist there. You know, it's not a direct strategy towards winning in this match, but it can't hurt. Oh. I guess if you break your opponent's arms, they can't bust you open very easily. TNT, I want to see Chuck throw Barnacle Boy's soggy ass off the cell. I also want this.
Right onto the Canadian announce table.
Right under the rocket ship that you try to earn the tickets for. Third stunner. But Chuck, he's not playing this smart. He's got to try to figure out how to make him bleed. You can't make a man bleed with the stunner. It's just not physically possible. Oh, Barnacle Boy finally figuring out how to get out of that.
Yeah, tossing off the stunner. Chuck Jr. back at it, but Barnacle Boy throwing some elbows to the head. Oh, a reverse DDT there.
As Chuck Jr. loses control of his legs temporarily, just floating. He's trying to break this kid's neck. Barnacle Boy is a bastard. He's a mean, rotten, no-gooder.
Yeah, I mean, you're not saying anything that I think anybody would disagree with.
Barnacle Boy's really been favoring the top rope offense in this match, which is out of character for someone of his age. Elbow drop, this time connecting. Chuck Jr. looks done, Ben. This one might not be going much longer here. Look at this poor infant rodent.
Yeah, but remember that it's not going to be a pinfall or submission. It's going to be whether Chuck Jr. bleeds.
Now that you say that, he needs to win, because I don't want to see him bleed. I think it'd break my heart.
It would definitely be a bit of a downer here at our big show.
Taylor is sad that Chuck got hit with a neck breaker and now we see his undies. Throw him into the cage. Face first.
Oh!
Yes!
Right off the hardest part of the ring, right off the ring apron. Smacking Barnacle Boy's head right into that edge of the apron, right on the edge of that ring. Like, with so much deliberation, bouncing off the cage wall, grabbing his neck, and tossing it against the edge there. That is how you get a win here in a Chuck's Playground match.
That was awesome. Just the satisfaction alone of seeing Chuck Jr. make his nemesis bleed at the Big Show 2 here, and also taking his title from him. Look at this. This is the happiest moment of this dude's very, very short life. He's been alive since like November, but this is the pinnacle. Chuck Jr., the son of Chuck E. Cheese, wins the Overruled Championship.
Whew. We are, I mean, the name of the show has not lied, Chris. This is a big show right here.
It's a big show.
It is. If someone say it's the big show.
2 even.
Yes, that's correct.
TNT, I'm not sure what you mean by minimalist wrestling. We have spared no expense. This show has been extravagant. It takes place in a casino McDonald's in Atlantic City, New Jersey.
We're just going to take another really quick before we get you back down to the ring. A quick little commercial break here. Just remind the folks at home about alienhappyhour.com. You want to tell them about alienhappyhour.com, Chris?
Sure. It's where you can see all the things that we get up to when we're not commentating the best wrestling show on earth. And we got your podcast. We got your Animal Crossing videos. We got blogs from 2017. We got it all. What more could you want? You want something else than that?
2017 was a great year for blogs.
That's why we only did like 4 of them. He was like, you know what? This is the best there is. We don't need to prove ourselves by doing this again.
They aged like a fine wine.
Like the kind I'm drinking right now. The $5 Roscato from Meyer. But here we go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Next match here. This next match is going to be a battle between 2 competitors that are aging like fine wine in the women's division, and a rumored mystery partner of theirs, and a new group here who have forced their way into the scene and demanded more attention. They've all been in the company for a year or 2, but they all felt like they didn't get enough appreciation from the fans, from management, and they accomplished something that they thought deserved elevation at the Rumble Pack this year when they eliminated some of these top stars they're going up against. I realize I've not said anyone's names yet. This new
I like it.
faction.
It's a fun little lead up here.
This is my Kevin Smith podcast intro where he talks for like 60 minutes and then he's always like, this guest, this person, because like, you know from the title who it is, so it's like kind of weird that he does it, but like he hypes it up, and then at the very end it's like, ladies and gentlemen, here is the new faction of the New Blood, Aloy, Android 18, and Lara Croft. And they'll be taking on X23, the Bride, and I've heard rumor that X23 and the Bride have backup tonight, but I haven't seen anything. I don't know who they could get, or if they succeeded in getting another partner, but...
Well, let's take them down to the ring here, and we'll find out really quickly.
That W stands for we'll find out really quickly. Whoa! The W stands for whoa, Ben!
Whoa!
That's a backup if I've ever seen it. You know who that is?
No.
That is former women's champion Samus Aran.
Oh. I forgot.
There is nobody better well, okay, I'm gonna hedge that comment in a second. But first, there's no one better to defend the kind of the upper echelon of the women's division here in action against this rising force than Samus. Except for the fact that Samus has long proven herself to be questionably trustworthy. So I'm happy to see that that X23 has enlisted another long-time women's division standout, a former champion like herself, and I'm just a little concerned that Samus is maybe not the most wholesome teammate you could choose, but there she is, the phenom of our women's division, two-time champion X23. Last year at this show, she was taking on Lola Bunny. So actually, if you look at it, this seems to be the story of X23 at the big show, is taking on the cocky young athletes in the division coming up and vying for her spot. Last year she was not successful. This year, well, I certainly hope she is, or else this new blood gang is gonna not shut up for a long time.
You said it, Chris.
I tried.
And the sign in the crowd there says it all. First of all, this is awesome, and also take this to the extreme.
I think there's no way this doesn't get taken to the extreme, Ben. Did I mention this is a tornado tag match? There will be no tagging in or out. Just these 6 women brawling all over God's green earth. Look at all those fans. Look at them.
Every single one.
They're happy.
I'd like to thank each and every one of these fans for coming here tonight. Thank you, 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 thank you.
And there we go. One of the other fan favorites in this division, the Bride, who turned up last October in the Queen of Halloween tournament and has not let go of the reins ever since.
I'd also like to thank Steve Martin for that joke.
You know, pay homage. But yeah, so the timeline of events here was this new group. Each of them, they weren't a unit yet, but each of them eliminated a top star in the Rumble, including the Bride and X23. And then seemingly they behind the scenes put something together, because at the next show they were jumping the Bride backstage, and Lara Croft tried to trick X23 into thinking she was going to manage her against 18. But Bride now knows what she's up against, is going to get to face Aloy face to face, straight up this time. No backstage shenanigans, and she looks very ready, chomping at the bit to get this new blood out here and spill some of it.
I'm sorry to derail our commentary right now, Chris, but did you see these dogs that Taylor just sent us pictures of?
No, I did not.
Because they are adorable.
Look at this force, this new blood group. Aloy, Android 18, and Lara Croft. They were all undervalued on their own, but it's hard to sell them short when they're coming to the ring and their looks are different. The matching jackets, the back of the jackets have blood splatters on them, Ben. That's a message right there to what they're going to do to anyone who stands in their path. And they're trying to make tonight their coming out party and trying to usurp these stars in the women's division. And we're going into hell with these 6 right now.
So, Chris, how do you think it works when you get team jackets like that? Do you think, is there like, does one person go find it and then tell the other ones like, oh, hey, I got this jacket, this is where you can go get it? Or do they all go together and like try to find like, what's the jacket that really says what our team's all about?
You know, that's a question that I think we won't know the answer to for a little while. This is a team that's new enough that, you know, we don't really know the inner workings and the dynamics. You know, there doesn't seem to be a leader figure that would take initiative and make the other two follow suit. But they seem to be kind of a united front here, so maybe it's more of the latter. Like you said, they just all went to the Mama Bahamas and placed the order together. Yeah, these dogs are insanely cute.
X23 feeling good here in the ring. The Bride feeling good here in the ring. And Samus now taking on Android 18 here. Oh!
Yeah, you know, for anyone that would be attempting to answer the question of who you got, Um, it really comes down to whether you think the motivated young guns are going to take this, as Lara Croft does a huge Frankenstein with the Samus off the top rope, or if you think that, you know, experience is going to win out and the old heads will defend their division from the invaders here. And Lara Croft taunting the crowd as 18 is about to break the shoulder of the bride.
Well, if viewers
Samus
have learned anything from watching AHHWF, it's that I usually value experience.
That's true. They also have learned that whoever we're talking good about is going to lose. Oh my god, Samus flinging Aloy. That huge half-dozen suplex. So you're picking the old guard here?
Of course. I love both experience and guarding.
I would love for the old guard here to win. I kind of think it's the new blood. I think they're gonna take this one. I think they've got more riding on this. You know, because X23, as we proved last year, I mean, like that loss to Lola Bunny was big, but it didn't like end her career or anything. These three are legends. The Bride, X23, and Samus. They lose. It's, you know, it is a loss, but their career keeps going on. The New Blood, if they make this big show of challenging the vets and getting matching ring jackets, calling themselves a scary name, and then lose, I don't know. They're gonna have to fight to rebuild from that one.
Well, they've been fighting their whole
TNT,
careers, Chris.
That's true. And TNT reminded me that Samus will probably win because she's got armor on. That's my usual strategy for picking who's gonna win.
Oh, the Bride face first on the stairs over there.
Yeah, that trademark AHHWF Women's Division usage of the steps. This is going to be a hard match to secure a victory in with this many people in the ring. You know, you got to damage someone enough to beat them, which is already hard enough if you've ever, you know, watched a wrestling show before. But then also to prevent their teammates from saving them. But they're all pretty split up right now if you look at this.
Well, yeah, and we got X23 and Lara Croft on opposite sides of the ring. They're still trying to get up.
Can I just say, even though I don't approve of their tactics, the New Blood looks so cool. Like, if they were to sell, like, New Blood merch, I would buy some. I would buy that jacket. I want to look as cool as them. I want to be part of the gang.
Yeah, I'm surprised that more of our tag teams don't synchronize a little bit more, because it does really send a message to your competition.
Yeah. They could be called the new brand. They're good at this stuff.
And speaking of sending a message, did you hear that kick to the back of Android 18's head?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you know, I thought I heard some robotic gears getting knocked loose there. Aloy trying to save her and does not make it in time. The old guard does indeed win after a chaotic scramble of a match. That was, you know, that was violent and fast-paced from start to finish. But yeah, like you said, experience won out. They said, look, you little punks, we're going to take you on, and we're going to show you that when you're not trying to trick us and jump us, you know, you can't hang with us yet. You're all great wrestlers, but it's not your time yet.
Well, and, you know, like we were saying, I mean, the Bride, when the Bride figured out how to get 18 alone in that ring, I mean, it was over. That's the biggest thing that the New Blood had going for him, was the numbers game. And once that numbers game, once the Bride figured out how to take away the numbers game, then it was just a matter of time.
Absolutely. Big night for fans of the Bride. You know, this is her first big show, and she won a pretty important match, you know, cementing that she's going to be in this top tier of women's wrestlers here, not being replaced by any of the New Blood members. And look at Samus. I gotta say, maybe she's turned over a new leaf.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's been a while since we've seen her here in HHWF. Maybe it took a little bit of time, a little bit of reflecting, and decided to come back and approach things differently.
This next matchup, I cannot wait for. I want everyone in the chat to please buckle your seatbelts, get some popcorn, and enjoy this with me. We are going to have a clash of icons, legends in this business. This is a dream match, but under nightmare circumstances.
Weird Al will be taking on Joker Shaggy. We never thought we'd get Weird Al versus Shaggy Rogers in the ring against each other at the big show at all, but after Shaggy's whole new personality change, this match means something entirely different. It's no longer two of the most popular wrestlers we have here, two fan favorites. It's now Weird Al trying to bring our Shaggy back from the brink of madness.
Yeah, well, two of these, I mean, like you said, fan favorites, faces of the company for a long time, and on top of all that, I mean, honestly, like friends. You don't see a lot of friends in the wrestling business. It's just kind of the way things play out. But Weird Al and Shaggy, I mean, I really do believe that they were friends. And obviously, Weird Al, like a lot of us, are very shaken by Shaggy's new persona that he's taken on, this new outlook on life and reality. And well, I mean, I think Al is just trying to do everything he can to save his friend in this.
Absolutely. I'm the Shaggy, that's who I am. And Weird Al shaking those hips, bringing the guitar, and bringing his trademark smile to the AHHW fans. This is why we love him. Even in these dark times with a daunting task ahead of him, he's here, and he's in a good mood, and he's loving what he does.
Honestly, a treat for the AHHWF universe anytime they get to see Weird Al, Mr. Al Yankovic here performing in the ring.
Former two-time men's champ. You know, he was the face of this company. Although I will say, I have to point out, his Big Show record is 0-1. He lost the championship to Trunks last year, and I hope he turns it around this year, because I don't think I can bear to have Shaggy in this condition much longer, and I hope that if Weird Al wins, we'll maybe get our guy back.
An entrance that normally gave us so much joy is now nothing but horrors.
Fans, avert your eyes. Get your children out of the room. They don't need to see this. You don't need to see this. This is truly just sad and heartbreaking to watch what Shaggy Rogers has become. Shaggy Rogers was the most popular man in this company. Everyone loved Shaggy. All the chats on our shows were spamming Shaggy. Lend Shaggy your energy, as he was the hardcore champion. He lost the title. He lost several more matches, couldn't get out of the losing streak, and decided that he thought that in everyone's eyes he was just a joke, and became a Joker. I hate to see what he's willing to do to Weird Al now in this new persona. But here we go, the clash of the titans here. Weird Al versus Shaggy Joker.
Taking a moment to feel each other out here in the ring. It looks like Al's maybe trying to offer a few words to Shaggy, going, we don't have to do this. Ooh. Oh, Shaggy definitely said something to Al there as the fist flies. And now, it is officially on.
Serious. Shaggy said, "You want to know how I got your guitar?"
How?
He probably stole it.
Oh, okay.
Nightmare from Joker Shaggy. Ooh, nice reversal there from the former champ. I almost called him the champ because that's how much Weird Al is in my heart as the AHHWF Men's Champion. He's meant a lot for this company, and I think he'll always kind of be the people's champ.
Yeah, honestly, you know, it is kind of one of those things where it's, you know, like there's, like, you always call Jonathan Coachman Coach, you know?
Yeah.
Even though he's not a coach anymore.
You don't often see Weird Al resort to as dangerous as a move as the Brainbuster, but he's really trying to, you know, pull Shaggy out of this. But Shaggy coming in and rocking the knee to the midsection that leaves Al reeling. And I agree, TNT, the Big Show, baby, woo! Weird Al clubbing, or
Father
Weird Al getting
Brian
clubbed by
presiding
Joker
over
Shaggy.
this clash of former champions.
Yeah, Father Brian, I think I saw a roll a tear as Joker Shaggy entered the ring. We have this match and then 2 more after it. We have the men's championship and the women's championship still on the line after this one. The fatal 4-way for the men's championship and Shego versus Ray. But first, Weird Al delivering an enziguri to Shaggy.
Now, Chris, the age-old question here in AHHWF, who you got?
I think that Shaggy has adopted this persona for a reason. Look at that technical prowess. That's something we haven't seen out of him in quite some time, if ever. Maybe he's evolved his game some, but that's kind of my point I was going to make, is I think that in this change of persona, he's mixed up his game, and I don't think he would do this for no result. You know, I think whatever prompted him to become the Joker, it's because he thinks he can win this way. And there's the old school, yes, Weird Al has a scouted counter. Oh no, and cut back off with a back body drop. Oh, I got my hopes up there.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point, that under normal circumstances, you know, Al knows Shaggy really well. But Al doesn't know this Shaggy.
Absolutely, none of us do. 1, 2. Oh, I thought he had it after that code breaker. I've been interested in how much, you know, as much as this is kind of a personal matchup, they've been going tit for tat with technical wrestling holds and exchanges and counters, and I've been really impressed by some of the technical work I'm seeing here in this match.
Yeah, and trying to break the back there. Oh, Shaggy flipping around into a pin. Weird Al quickly out of it. Reversal on that kick. Throwing out of the ground. Going on the arm there.
They're hitting each other on occasion, but this is a wrestling match. This is much more of a mat-based encounter than I was initially expecting. But that kind of happens though when pride is on the line with wrestlers. When you're really trying to prove that your opponent's better. Sometimes it's not a match where you want to just go swinging for the fences with the brawling. Is you want to show them you're better at the art and the sport of it. For
sure, yeah. Well, and these two, I mean, like I said, even though we don't really know what's in the mind of this Shaggy, the Shaggy body has been in wrestling for a while. Weird Al has been in wrestling for a while. You know, you don't stick around this long in the sport by accident.
And I gotta love Al doing the triumphant moonwalk. What is this? Tiger suplex from the former champ. But Weird Al's maybe given all he's got. He looks tired. He's using a lot more strength-based offense than he's used to. Trying to throw Shaggy around, maybe knock some of those green cobwebs loose out of his head. What is this? Setting up neckbreaker.
Al kind of feeling things out here for a moment.
I will say this too, unlike Al, Shaggy has won a match at the big show. Last year he beat Crash Bandicoot in another dream match. As Al dances, at least he's still feeling good. He's not worried.
Well, Al really relies on that AHHWF universe to will him across the finish line a lot of times. So, you know, it's always good to make sure that they're still invested in this.
Especially when he's getting kicked in the teeth by Mr. Rogers here and his neck getting cranked on. Hey, everyone in the chat that's watching right now, go ahead and let us know who you think's gonna win this dream match here. As Shaggy connects with the Raggy Flex.
Going for the cover here.
Oh no! Oh no! That is not how I expected this to go down. Shaggy Rogers defeating Weird Al, and without even using his finish of the Scoop Shasa, using the Raggy Plex instead. You know, maybe he's abandoned the Scoop Shasa after he's abandoned the fan. He might have switched up his main weapon in his arsenal, but either way, he plays the spoiler for Weird Al's second big show, and Joker Shaggy telling Weird Al and all of us I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, honest, it's just really not what I was hoping to see here. Weird Al's Big Show record gets worse. Shaggy's gets better, but Shaggy seems to be just moving farther and farther towards being lost.
You know, we talked about The Undertaker earlier. You know, someone that you know, wore some paint on his face, had some supernatural aura to him. What if we're seeing the beginning of a Joker Shaggy undefeated streak at the Big Show? He is now 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I didn't think that I was going to be seeing this happen to Shaggy, so honestly, anything's possible.
I just want my friend back, man. I just want the Shaggy I could cheer for and be proud of. Yeah, there's been a lot of happy news here tonight on this show, but this is not one of those moments. It was a fine wrestling match, though. You know, anyone that is coming to this match purely for the excitement of watching two of the best tear it up, I think they got what they came for. Just maybe not the result they were looking for.
Sure. I mean, yeah, as a fan of the sport, it's an incredible match. I'm maybe a little too heavily invested in the people involved, but which, you know, is a fault of my own. I mean, that's not. I mean, I admit that is probably a weakness of mine as a commentator. Is sometimes I get a little too invested in the individuals in the ring, but you know, it's yeah, like you said, it's not the outcome I want, but it certainly was a classic match for sure, a classic Big Show match.
I hope TNT's a classic Big Show match. I hope TNT is right that Shaggy's streak is ended by Horse Lesnar.
Well, like I said earlier, anything's possible in AHHWF. It's what the more is.
And that's damn right. And TNT, I do not want to see where Weird Al got his scars. I'm never watching that match again. It's too hard. It's too sad. But we're gonna have a nice palate cleanser. I think this is gonna be really exciting action for the men's championship. A fatal four-way match at the Big Show 2. The defending champion, Android 17, defending against 3 challengers who all have a reason to be here tonight. Patrick Stewart, Wario, and the Mandalorian.
Well, this is going to be one hell of a championship match here, I can tell you that much.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to this one. This is going to be fun.
Let's take him down to the ring
honestly,
here.
This is a match where I have no idea who's going to come out of this as the winner because they're all very good.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you're betting, I mean, I don't know, take whoever has the lowest odds, because really, this is a pretty even one. There's not really, I don't know if there's really a dark horse candidate in this one, you know?
I think the closest to would be Mandalorian because he's had like one match and his training partner's a baby. So like maybe he's the least likely to win this, but I'm not gonna count the dude out.
I'll tell you, Chris, I know that seems like a baby, but my sources within the locker room seem to tell me that baby is not your normal baby.
Well, what do you mean? In what way?
I mean, it just seems to have some strange abilities, some strange powers far beyond its years.
What are you talking about? Like it could like be older than it looks, or what? What are you
yeah,
saying?
I mean,
it's a cute baby. I've seen it.
possibly. I mean, you know, would it be any weirder than anything else we've seen here in AHHWF?
Oh, I don't know, but you know, speaking of weird, look at Wario. The mustache, the scars,
Yep.
the shoes.
The shoes
You know,
are
Wario,
the weirdest part.
I mentioned that everyone here has a reason to be here tonight. Wario is that he was the winner of the Rumble Pack match this year. He outlasted 29 other wrestlers to earn a shot at the title match of the night. So that's his path to this. Is, you know, he won a big time match, a historic match, and earned his way here after some unsuccessful one-on-one matches with 17 late last year. He's back and trying to win the title again on a bigger stage. And the signs for Wario saying where the big boys play, that is a big boy at the men's division right there.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, Wario, I wouldn't want to get in the ring with Wario, I can tell you that much.
Absolutely not. And here comes the Mandalorian, the newcomer who's friends with apparently a magical baby. Mandalorian, you know, putting those hands up like he's gonna get cheers, but he knows this audience hates him. He showed up here, everyone excited to see him and Baby Yoda from their run on the Indies, but he quickly disappointed everyone by attacking Patrick Stewart last month, trying to send a message not even to Sir Patrick Stewart, but to the champ Android 17, because if you remember, Ben, the Mandalorian went on a racist tirade against droids. He hates them for no reason. Well, not no reason. I think they covered that on his independent run. But he has some biased views against droids and does not want Android 17 to be the champion. And here's the person he attacked to try to get involved in this title picture. Patrick Stewart, who earned this title shot by beating the champ in January at our show where we randomized opponents for all the champions, and he was chosen at random. I don't think anyone was expecting him to enter the title picture otherwise, but he beat the champ, so it's alright, Patrick Stewart's a main eventer now. And you know, the knight here is foregoing his normal tag team partner Patrick Stewart, going in here alone, or no, he's Patrick Stewart, his tag team partner Patrick Starr, and coming in here to try to win a title all his own.
Yeah, Oops All Patrick's a successful tag team, but the question is, will that translate for Patrick Stewart here in a fatal four-way for the men's championship?
Welcome everybody else that's popping in the chat here. I can see our numbers going up. This is an incredible match you're about to tune in for our men's championship. Go ahead and let us know who's going to win in this fatal four-way encounter here as our champion comes to the ring. Android 17 has been champion since, I believe, August last year. He's had a lot of great opponents like Trunks and Wario and all the rest.
Came out successful at the first big show as well.
That's true, yeah. He beat Todd Howard and his brother Skyrim 16 after his brother was turned into a sentient video game by Todd Howard. So yeah, this is a very different match for him, but just as high as stakes.
Yeah.
Probably not actually.
Well,
I probably shouldn't say that.
I was just going to say the odds, though, they keep stacking up higher against 17 here at the big show, because last year it was a 2-on-1 match. This year, 3 people going against trying to take this belt off 17.
That's a great point. I can't wait for next year when it's Android 17 versus the entire roster.
That could happen. You never know. Like I said, anything can happen in AHHWF. It's what the more is. That's what the more is.
I want our fans to start. That's what the more is, chance. Oh hell yeah, Tony Anderson pulling for the MVP. Android 17 in the chat. Tony, that's never a bad bet. 17 is quite the champion. But here we go, Father Brian hoisting up the men's championship. That's what it's all about. That's what we're all pulling for here.
I'll tell you,
Wario.
I would love to see 17 retain in this match, but I have a very dark feeling that's coming from back in my psyche that I think Wario is going to somehow figure out how to win this.
Oh hell yeah, Esther's in the chat. My friend Esther. Esther, who's going to win? Say it in the chat. This match getting kicked off here. 17 and Mandalorian going right for each other, which makes a lot of sense to me, as after all the things Mandalorian said about 17 here. And Wario and Patrick Stewart going at it. Wario knows that Patrick Stewart is going to be a big threat to him, trying to take him out of this early. Look at him dusting off the hands. He thinks he's done, but we all know how tough Sir Patrick Stewart is.
TNT in the chat pointing out, always the wrestling historian, pointing out that 17 is the person who retired The Undertaker and apparently absorbed some of his powers in the process.
That's going to help. That is going to help a lot. TNT also saying that he wants to get Wario launched into the sun. I'll second that. Where do I co-sign? Oh, Esther thinks Wario will beat ass, which is, for someone who's never seen the show before, is actually very accurate. Wario, oh, look at that moonsault from the champ on Patrick Stewart. And Wario knocking Mandalorian to the floor. Not only does Wario beat ass, he usually beats ass by using his ass. It's one of his strongest weapons in his arsenal. Patrick Stewart 17 out there. Look at Wario dropping Mandalorian back first on the barricade out in front of the fans.
Yeah, and now all the action turning to the outside here in this fatal four-way for the championship.
Alright, so we got picks from Tony said 17. I believe Taylor's saying 17. Esper said Wario. I don't think I heard from you on who you think is going to come out of this on top as the new men's champion.
Oh, well, I told you I had a foreboding feeling that it was going to be Wario.
Oh, okay, that's bad. I don't like that.
I'd love it if it was 17. I'd love it if it was 17, but I don't know. I worry. I worry, Chris. That's what I do.
I do too. Esther, you're not allowed to say that anything involving Wario is hot. I'm going to hide your comment and block you. That actually reminds me that we did run a Twitter poll about who people thought would win this match. I'm going to check that and see what the internet seemed to think.
Yeah. The twitter.com/alienhappyhour. What do they think?
Oh, on Twitter, people think Andrew 17 by a large margin. He got most of the votes, so they believe in the champ as well as some of our chat here.
I've said it before and I'll say it again, Chris. You don't win a belt by accident.
Well,
unless it's the 24/7 title.
The moonsault champ knows basic to this, you gotta do cool backflips. I am too fun this year. I just don't think Wario is hot. You shouldn't reward him with compliments. He's a mean man.
And Wario, the only one standing here in the ring right now, as
Yeah,
17 rolls to the outside to join Mandalorian. And
Oh, no,
Patrick Stewart in a bad place.
Bonsai drop, trying to pin him, but Patrick Stewart kicking up before one, saying, "You're not putting me out like that. You're not beating me with your butt." And Wario dances. All three of them are down. How does he do this, Ben? How does he always do this?
I
He's
don't
so
know.
good.
Yeah, it's Wario's just deciding who he wants to pin and then going after him and making it happen.
Oh no, Patrick Stewart was aiming for Wario, but he accidentally clubbed 17 over the back of the head. But he said, "Alright, might as well keep after him then if I already did that."
Oh, Mandalorian for a moment there, able to counter Wario, but Wario slipped it around into that rear view mirror.
As Patrick Stewart hits his finisher, goes for the pin, but Wario breaking it up. So now Mandalorian and 17 have taken finishers. Patrick Stewart going at it, hammering the stomach of Wario. Let's go, Pat Stew. Do it. Put him away. Elbow to the face. Look at Patrick Stewart. The fans are losing it in the auditorium here.
Wario tumbling to the outside. This is the first time that he's been down while the rest of the competitors are up.
17 with a big stomp to Patrick Stewart, drawing blood.
This is not a Chuck's Playplace match, but Patrick Stewart is first to bleed.
Oh, and Mandalorian trying to take advantage here while he's distracted. Look at this. Oh, this is the way. Mandalorian doing what he came here to do and decimating the champion, 817. Keeping the pressure up on him as Wario keeps wounding the bleeding Patrick Stewart.
Mandalorian feigning an injury, only to throw the elbow there at Wario's face, and now waiting for Wario to get up, looking to pay back a little punishment.
Look at that. Oh no, look at that. He hooked him in.
Oh
that
no.
Mando submission hold. Wario booting out of it, trying to stay alive. This is already the killer match I knew it would be with these four in the ring with the biggest prize on the line. And look, the bloody Patrick Stewart fighting back in this. He's not done. Let her know he's in this. Oh, and a big boot from Mandalorian taking him down.
Yeah, Tony in the chat pointing out Pat might be a sleeper pick out here.
I kind of think this might be Patrick Stewart's night. If he can overcome the blood loss here. Oh, that's not looking good. Look at his body as Mandalorian jumps over the top rope and leg drives 17. Patrick Stewart is bending like Beckham.
Well, yeah, and like I said earlier, I mean, Patrick Stewart is a celebrated tag competitor in his tag team, Oops All Patricks, and so, I mean, maybe that time in the ring working with the great Patrick Star, you know, he's learned how to handle himself in the ring. Obviously he has,
And look
you know?
Look at him showing he's still in this. Oh, 17 making Mandalorian bleed too. He is really in here tonight. Mandalorian won't be able to see through that helmet, but make no mistake, he's bleeding.
Oh,
and Patrick Stewart trying to break the back.
That was a little innovative offense there. Mandalorian faking out 17, throwing the punch. 17 rolling to the outside. Mandalorian turning his focus on Wario. Patrick Stewart and Wario working together. Or sorry, Patrick Stewart and Mandalorian working to take out Wario, but now Patrick Stewart turned on the Mandalorian. Patrick Stewart is the only one standing right now.
Action almost too fast to call. Patrick Stewart saved Wario after Mandalorian's finish, but slides in for the pin. Not enough. This is a classic Big Show men's main event here, Ben. You're gonna remember this.
17
And
with Stewart on his shoulders, dropping him on the top rope and turning his focus to Wario.
stop.
Giant curb stomp going for the cover, but Wario able to kick out right away. Mandalorian's back in the fray now.
I love this show because look at this last line in the chat. The People's Champ Shaggy. Shaggy's unfortunately no longer the People's Champ. He's the Joker.
Things happen.
Oh no, Pat Stu not looking good out there. Big kick from the champ. Wario dazed as well. Springboarding in there. Sam, who do you think's gonna win this?
Wario now going for the cover.
Oh,
no one here
no.
to break it up.
No.
Mandalorian
No,
just barely able to kick out. You could tell it took like a full body kick out to get out of that one.
I'm throwing away all my supposed unbiasedness. I don't want Wario or Mandalorian to win. I need 17 or Pat Stu. We need this. After watching Joker Shaggy beat Weird Al, we need a good moment.
I can't have Wario be the AHHW Men's Champion.
No, yeah, it was bad enough he was hardcore champion. Yeah, upon learning about Shaggy Joker, Sam said God has abandoned us. 17 slam dance into an I hate my parents dance. That's when you know he's really in his zone. He beat Weird Al and put a smile on his face. He didn't put a smile on my face, I'll tell you that. Oh, rear window. That Wario has beaten many an opponent with that. Somebody else has got to stop him. Patrick Stewart and 17 are too busy.
17's just barely able to break it up, and now Wario teaching him a lesson for it.
That big, weird-shaped boot right to the face. Thank you, Tony. We're in this together.
Now Wario to the outside. 17 has a chance here with Mandalorian alone in the ring, but Mandalorian countering, and now we have a match.
Oh no. Come on, 17, show me he's wrong about androids. Let's go.
That's a good thing to point out right here. There's no love lost between Mandalorian and Android 17.
Patrick Stewart just stomped on the hand of Father Brian to get him to not call for the end of this match. X-Plex to the champ.
Patrick Stewart going for the cover. I don't know. Wario doesn't notice. Oh.
17's still kicking out. I think Wario did notice, but when he tried to break it up, Mandalorian was in his way and he hit him instead.
And now Wario taking a moment to breathe, collect his thoughts, and decide his next diabolical move.
Oh, this match has big fight feel, Ben. I can't believe what we're seeing here. Oh, Patrick Stewart went for a low kick, but...
Oh, jeez. Back and forth here. 17's getting on both sides here, but quickly almost just falling, not even really countering, just falling out of the way, understanding that he was about to get sandwiched there between Patrick Stewart and Wario. Mandalorian able to break up the pin.
Patrick Stewart, this is awesome. These four are tearing it up. I knew this was going to be good, but this is even exceeding my expectations. And here we go. Patrick Stewart hooking him up. X-Plex, put him away.
Wario's
this is your moment.
Wario's knocked down on his feet right now, leaning on the ropes.
All the way from the Marvel School of Comics.
17! Oh!
Yes! He did it!
17's yelling at Brian right now, saying, I broke that up. That shouldn't count.
Oh, 17.
But Father Brian telling the scorekeeper that this is it. That's the decision. Patrick Stewart is our new AHHWF Men's Champion.
I had a feeling from the moment we saw Patrick Stewart fighting back in the ring covered in blood. I thought this is a guy that has what it takes to win his first title in a match as wild as this at the Big Show 2 here tonight. 17 was a great champion. I'm happy he had the lengthy reign he did. I'm sorry it had to end here tonight, but I am happy as hell for Patrick Stewart, the new AHHW Men's Champion.
Patrick Stewart proving that he is more than just one half of a great tag team. He is a great singles competitor as well, and now he has the gold to prove it.
Look at it this way, Ben. Patrick Stewart was just in a tag team with Patrick Star. He randomly gets selected for a match against 17 in January. He somehow wins. Then that puts him on this whole track here till tonight. He was never supposed to be in this position, and he earned it, and he proved that he is the champion.
Yeah, he proved me wrong. Honestly, if I was like ranking picks in that match, Patrick Stewart was not going to be my top pick. But I gotta tell him, I mean, he earned my respect tonight for sure.
I'm real happy for that, man. And I can only imagine him and Patrick Star backstage right now, popping bottles of champagne, pouring Gatorade on each other.
It's a 3-day weekend, boys. Go ahead and celebrate.
Patrick Stewart and Patrick Star just getting hammered at this casino McDonald's in Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Well, Chris, you want to tell him it's time for our last match of the night?
It's our last match of the night, the main event of the Big Show 2. The winner of the Women's Rumble Pack match, Ray, versus Women's Champion Shego. The boyhood dream has indeed come true for Patrick Stewart. We all do love to see it.
Yeah, the chat definitely excited for Patrick Stewart right now.
How could you not be? You know, he's someone we all loved him as an actor. We all love him as a wrestler, and he's a great guy. I'm gonna pull up the title histories here. Shego has been champion since August 8th, the same day that Android 17 won the championship. Is Shego gonna have a similar fate here to 17? What do you think?
What do I think?
Yeah. What do you think?
I think this is going to be a great match, Chris.
I agree. And out comes the #1 contender. I think Ray is honestly in a little bit of a similar spot to Patrick Stewart. Even though she's been here longer and she won the Rumble Pack match, there's still, I think, kind of a sense around her that she is potentially not ready for this tier of competition. You know, she was in the mid-card ranks in the women's division. She's had good showing. She's won her matches. She won the Rumble Pack match. That's huge. But then again, you know, she challenged Garnet last month and came up short. So, you know, some people are maybe thinking that Shego might, considering what Shego's done to everyone else in the division, like the Bride and such, people are thinking that she might make short work of Ray and end this Rise of Skywalker. But I have hope that Ray can finally unseat Shego and give us a women's champ we can be proud of.
Yeah, I mean, it's really a lot of you know, mixed emotions on how to feel about Shego. Obviously, Shego cheated her way to the championship and cheated her way into keeping it multiple times. But it's kind of one of those things, like, she doesn't necessarily need to cheat. She's a great competitor. She's great in the ring. She's so good. She has beaten opponents just straight up too. But so it's kind of like, if you're Ray and you're coming into this ring, it's not like you just need to like watch out for the underhanded tactics of Shego. Shego can beat you with just, I don't know what, overhanded tactics.
Just handed tactics.
Just handed tactics.
Yeah, you know, that's a good point. And Shego's got a lot of ways she can beat you, just with straight up talent and ability, and by being one of the smartest wrestlers we've ever seen, and an eye for the dirty tricks. Shego also went from someone who was kind of just like, oh well, she's dangerous because she has the money in the bank and she can cash in at inopportune times, which she did, taking advantage of Captain Marvel after she'd already had 2 matches with Samus. But then, like you said, with this like long title reign, she's shown that she can keep it. She's good. She's the real deal. She's one of the best women's wrestlers we've ever had. I think at this point, Shego is up there with an X-23 and a Samus. and Lapis Lazuli.
Introducing the champion from Denver, Colorado. She is the
Well, I want to thank you all for joining us here tonight. We are here. It's youtube.com/Alien Happy Hour. Tell your friends it is time for our main event. And it is going to be one hell of a main event. Yes, sir, we promised you a great main event. And here it is. Shego, the champion, versus Ray for the title at the big show. It doesn't get any better than this.
Father Brian showing both athletes what they're fighting for. This could be the last night that Shego holds that belt, and it could be the first time Ray achieves the pinnacle of her dream.
In women's wrestling entertainment, we trust. And Shego taking things a little slow right now, a little methodical, trying to, make sure that she's wearing out Ray here, taking out different body parts. Really making sure that Ray is not going to be able to do any high-flying antics here against Shego.
Always good to make sure you do that against the Force user, because if they get the high ground, we all know it's over. In the chat, I'm seeing Tony Anderson saying that they have faith in Ray, pulling for the underdog. Taylor saying she no to Shego, and Tony calling out the big match feel. Yeah, this is it, the main event of our second big show event. This is what it's all about. Andre the Giant, WrestleMania, Hulkamania is running wild. If you smell, you're on fire. Give me a hell yeah! And now the world is watching. Yeah, that's exactly the kind of big fight feel we're talking here, and I love the big show. This is like Ben called it while we were getting things set up for today. This is wrestling Christmas.
Well, I gotta ask you, who here, as the clock strikes midnight on Wrestling Christmas and everybody's about to turn back into a pumpkin, who do you got in the main event?
What?
Who do you got?
Okay, sorry, I'm just baffled by. Okay, I'm gonna just move on. I think Shego retains, honestly. I really don't think Ray can. I would love for Ray to pull us out. I don't think she can. I'm gonna go ahead and just say that. I think Shego's too good. But look at that. I'm a Hurricane Rana from the number one contender.
I think what I know about the Force, what I understand about it, Chris, with, like I mentioned earlier, my own ability to shine, I believe that the Force is on the side of the underdog tonight. We have seen time and time again tonight with Chuck Jr. and Patrick Stewart, the title matches have gone the way of the underdog. I don't see it ending here right now. I think especially someone who's able to harness the Force as strong as Ray is. I was about to eat my words there. It felt like that was a bad moment for me.
That would have been so good if I was like, Shego's gonna win. You give it a long and passionate speech about how Ray's gonna win and just gets pinned while you're talking. DDT, that's Shego's finishing maneuver. Calling over the cover quick. She's trying to end this and get out of here. Trying to celebrate early. Oh, no. Not that easy, Shego.
And Shego now trying to get the high ground here on the Jedi.
Esther's betting with me on the champ. This would be huge for Ray if she won. She would go from relative obscurity on the Desert Planet Jakku to this, unseating the champ with moves like that.
Shego trying to get back to her feet right now. Ray was there waiting for her. Pin.
German suplex.
Oh!
Oh.
That looked like, that was like 2 and 9.5. It's like just all over the place. I don't even know.
That was so close. And you're firing up. Taking on Shego. Oh, no, and a boot. Cutting off her momentum. Oh, it's smart. Shego is setting up in the corner for something. Ray got out of there.
Yeah, good awareness. Good ring awareness for Ray there. But now Shego dangerous here on the outside.
Oh, look at that, taking out the knees. And that's the kind of thing we can expect from Shego. Like you said, underhanded. She waits till Ray's expecting a brawl and goes low and cuts out the knees, possibly damaging the knee on the floor and throwing her back in the ring. It's a miracle she never killed Kim Possible with as many fights as they had on the independent scene.
Yeah, well, sometimes, no matter how great you are, sometimes there's just a competitor that has your number, you know?
There we go. Another Jakuin suplex, but Shego on the ropes. Not pin someone while they're touching those.
Oh, Ray trying to stretch out the back here of Shego. Oh, put a little extra torque on it.
That would be a hell of a way to win the title, is to make Shego give up. Oh, Hurricane Rana from Shego too, showing that she can do the athletic cool stuff just as well as her challenger can.
But Shego smartly pulling Ray to the middle of the ring here.
Oh, here's these knees. Crushing the stomach and the ribs.
Yeah, when those ribs are damaged, it makes it really hard to kick out.
And she cannot. Shego retains the women's championship, laughing at Ray, laughing at everyone who thought her reign was going to end here tonight. This is a bummer of an ending for the biggest show of the year, but honestly, it's fitting. Shego is proving time and time again she's going to be hard to get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, Shego is definitely a competitor that when she got her hands on this title, she has no want to let go anytime soon.
No, yeah, and Ray put up a great effort. That was a great match and a great main event here tonight. But yeah, the fuck in the chat says it all. It's hurting our fans to see what happened here tonight.
And, you know, Ray, the young competitor, put up a good fight, had moments. There was definitely some opportunities that she had to win this. You know, sometimes maybe it's just a little too soon. You know, it happens.
I think you see in that replay right there, that second Jakuin suplex, if it hadn't been in the ropes, I think she would have had the championship. But that rookie mistake of being too close to the edges of the ring allowed Shego to stay in it until she could win. But thank you all, sincerely, from the bottom of our Big Show hearts, for joining us tonight. It was great having the lively chat that we've come to know and love with this show, and this is our second Big Show, and we're gonna keep pumping these events to you. Join us again next month, same AHHW time, well, probably, and same AHHW channel. And yeah, next month we'll see what the fallout is from this show. A lot of big changes. New Overruled champion Chuck Jr., new men's champion Patrick Stewart, same women's champion Shego. What's gonna happen? So I'm looking forward to seeing you all back in the gymatorium.
Make sure that if you haven't yet, you hit subscribe, and so you can get some updates on the Alien Happy Hour YouTube channel, alienhappyhour.com, patreon.com/alienhappyhour, at Alien Happy Hour on Twitter. We appreciate you all joining us tonight, hanging out with us, enjoying some great wrestling. We got to see a lot of great matches tonight. I hope that if you've missed the beginning of this show, it'll be on demand on youtube.com/alienhappyhour. You can check out all the earlier matches there. And yeah, thank you all, once again, thank you all for watching.
Tell a friend, and we'll see you next month.
Have a week.